NFL media reports that the Tennessee Titans will interview former Miami Dolphins head coach Mike McDaniel for their head coaching job. Speaking of the Dolphins, they're finalizing a deal to hire Green Bay Packers Vice President of Player Personnel John Eric Sullivan as their new general manager. The Baltimore Ravens have completed an interview with former Browns head coach Kevin Stefanski for their head coaching job. In the NBA, ESPN reports that the Memphis Grizzlies are entertaining trade offers for two-time All-Star John Morant, and the Dallas Mavericks star Anthony Davis has sustained ligament damage in his left hand and, depending on whether surgery is required, could miss a number of months. In college football, the NCAA today denied Ole Miss quarterback Trinidad Chambliss' waiver request for a sixth year of eligibility. Ole Miss can still appeal the decision. I'm Isaac Lowenkron.
Hey, am I ready? I'm ready like Fab Five Freddy.
Yeah, Friday.
Today's Friday.
Like Snoop Dogg, I stay ready so I don't have to get ready.
Oh, yeah.
Ready for the weekend. Your wild card foosball, college foosball weekend. I'm feeling it, man.
I'm rocking my 49ers hoodie.
Oh, I'm rocking my Rob Parker special right here. Fox Sports Radio quarter zip for the weekend.
Do people know that Rob Parker, who's part of the odd couple here at FSR, do people know that he goes to like Ross Dress for Less and discount stores and he just slaps a label on it?
Slaps a patch on.
And they're not free. You have to pay for them.
Yeah, I bought this. And you could watch us right now. Watch what you hear. Covino and Rich FSR. Join the fun. Join the chat. Live chat. Covino and Rich FSR on YouTube. Spotty's on that, manning that. And not only am I rocking my quarter zip on a casual Friday, you got to stay fitted. New era committed. Limp Bizkit style. New Yankee hat.
Era.
I know it's football time, but I got to represent Zent.
Maybe if you wear it one more day, the Yankees will make one offseason move.
I think they signed Anthony Volpe for $3-point-something million for a year, and Jazz Chisholm, but no solid moves.
Volpedo,
nothing that anyone's excited about. But Covino and Rich, lots of football to get to. What to watch this weekend? We're giving away prizes. We're playing our game that's sweeping the nation, Brainwave. Are we all in the same brainwave? You'll find out. But we're broadcasting from the Fox Sports Radio studio. If you miss any of the show, just search Covino and Rich wherever you get your podcasts. There's a best of the day. There's a best of the week that drops tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. Eastern. Just search Covino and Rich and follow, rate, and review for free. And rate it 5 stars. And like I said, join us live now. Watch what you hear, or check it out later when you're on the bowl. Covino and Rich FSR on YouTube.
Yeah, we're the number one show while people sit on the bowl. I don't know if you know that.
Yeah,
before we get into whether or not John Harbaugh is crazy or totally legit, we'll get to that. There's a theory we have on him. We'll talk some coaches. We'll talk, of course, NFL wildcard weekend. But first and first, mostly.
Yeah.
Gotta say congratulations, University of Miami.
Yeah.
Big win last night.
It was big.
And
was your coverage weird, though? Like, it kept going to, like, a wide shot of the field in between commercials or something. Like,
were you watching on like one of the like ESPN 2 or 3 or something weird?
Were you watching like the Command Central or something?
I was watching like a weird feed.
There's just there's like referee booth. There's all these different,
What's going on here?
Well, you picked the wrong channel, my man.
I know. I was it sort of fired me down.
You watched on the Pat McAfee Ask Cam. I'm sorry. That's what you did.
You the Manning cast on? What are you
he's
doing?
really throwing me off, though. Yeah. I was like, what is going on, man? Why do I keep seeing this wide view of the field?
I was watching on the Michael Irvin cocaine cam.
Oh, that's the best one. Oh, my God.
The problem is there's so many options, Danny G.
Danny, like in the middle, like also you start spinning around, right? You get all jittery and stuff.
Take my belt off, start whipping my couch.
But
so congrats, Miami. And you know what? I think Miami is the hottest team in college football. But then again, tonight, if Fernando and Indiana wins, what is the sentiment? What is everyone saying? Other people have high-end players, but they have a team. And what they've built over the last season or so in Indiana is a team. Every guy matters. They're coached well.
Yeah,
And
Herb Street ranted about that a little bit on the broadcast yesterday.
when you talk about Indiana tonight, and this is no disrespect to Oregon. I mean, it's not like Indiana's like a double-digit favorite. This could be a great game tonight, but there he is warming up. Mendoza. If they win tonight, I think Miami, Indiana is going to be one hell of a national championship. And I don't want to get ahead of myself because Oregon could do it and then throw a little wrench in that. But your Heisman Trophy winner, your projected number 1 pick, future Raider, Fernando Mendoza on display tonight.
Either, Oregon or Indiana has Indiana, Miami has great storylines. Oregon, Miami has great storylines. But, like, Mario Cristobal coached at Oregon before this.
That's right.
And
yeah.
people were like, yeah, he can win like a Rose Bowl, but like he kind of had this reputation of being like a little too conservative at times, and that he couldn't win like the biggest games. Like he won a lot of big games. He had Justin Herbert there, but if it's Oregon versus Oregon Miami, that's a great storyline there. But Indiana is a storyline.
It's another great matchup. And by the way, upset people by saying Oregon. That's what I like to do.
That was the trail, right?
You know, East Coast people call it Oregon. Like when we were kids,
that doesn't make it right.
You know the
That's
game where
weird.
the game where you use your space bar to hunt for
Yeah.
buffalo, and remember the game Oregon Trail?
You mean
Parents also
Oregon Trail?
No, it was the Oregon Trail.
Our parents also say Costa Rica.
Oh, Costa Rica.
My mom says that too. Costa Rica. It's Costa Rica, Mom.
I think, right?
It is. Yes.
My stepdad did say Washington. He's like, yeah, we'll drive up to Washington State where it's really beautiful. I mean, you mean Washington?
Yo, did you see that clip of?
They also say turlet.
Hold on, I don't want to be all OCD, ADD radio, ADHD. I don't want to be all over the place. But did you see
After the
this?
holidays, you're more OBCD.
Damn,
Get it?
obesity.
obesity?
We've all seen that clip of the fat girl on like a live stream, and someone goes, "You're more OBCD." Anyway,
What did you do? Snort some pixie sticks before you rolled in here?
no, now
You're like high on caffeine
Now
or
you gotta
I'm
be
something.
saying
on
with
track.
Michael Irvin.
we were talking about mispronouncing things. Oregon tonight, as East Coasters say. There's a clip floating around of Chad Ochocinco,
Oh, this is funny.
and he's hanging with Shannon Sharp, and they're talking about the time they spent in Carolina, and they're talking about the Southeast. And Ochocinco, for real, calls Raleigh like Raleigh.
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 I've been down there. I dated a girl, and I've been down to Raleigh, and Shannon Sharp's like, yo, it's not Raleigh.
He's like, you mean
Actually, it's
Raleigh?
pronounced Milwaukee,
It's
which
not,
is Algonquin for the good land.
It's not Raleigh, Ochocinco, but you know what? We'll play that clip in a little while. I'll pull it for you guys, but it's very funny. Unk is like looking at him like, what are you talking
I
about?
think in his defense, he went to high school with a girl named Raleigh, so he was a little
Possible.
confused.
Possible.
Yeah. But that is a viral clip right now. But we're Covino and Rich.
That's
Don't
us.
mispronounce that. Covino and Rich. Not Corvino, not Convino. Covino and Rich.
Can I ask you guys about that final play in the Fiesta Bowl? Because, people
You mean
been,
when the defense all shifted in one direction and Beck had, when I tell you, like,
No, not Beck's run in. I mean the Hail Mary where people think it's a PI.
well, even if it was, it's 15 yards in college, right? So you would have just had another play, but it wouldn't have been
Yeah,
end goal.
there was
you know?
hand fighting going both ways, but
Yeah.
a lot of people still thought that was pass interference in the end zone.
I have a question.
And that was just a bad pass. Like it went into like the corner of the end zone and gave their guys not as good of a shot to catch it.
I have a question for you guys. Of all the mild differences between college and the pros, right? We all know them from watching. 1 foot in bounds, a guy falls, he can't get back up in college. He's you're just down. We know the few little different rules. Overtime's different. How do you guys feel about pass interference not necessarily being by the spot of the foul? Meaning, in the NFL, you can throw an 80-yard pass. If the guy gets pushy at the 1 yard line, it's it's end goal.
A few years ago, there were people trying to push for that to come to the NFL. Remember?
Is it better? You know what? I mean, I'm not saying I'm a know-it-all, but there are times where you'll see some ticky-tacky pass interference call, and it's like a 60-yard game.
Spot fouls are kind of crazy.
Spot fouls are tricky, especially when it puts someone in field goal range automatically, or when you're at the 35, 40-yard line, you throw a ball down the sideline, someone gets a little grabby with a jersey, and all of a sudden it's first and goal?
Yeah.
That's college.
I think college has that
College
right.
might have that right.
I agree with you.
Can you have on the box score? What if you had said like 2 penalties for 135 yards? If it was 2 spot fouls that were like huge,
It's possible versus the
or not whatever a
college
even number, but
where it's not that. But anyway, enjoy your college tonight. Lots of football. Let's focus my ADD and let's talk about a guy by the name of John Harbaugh. Danny G.
Harbaugh.
My goodness, you sent me a clip this morning.
Yep.
Danny G was doing some investigating. And
It was actually Tony Grossi who did the investigating, but Danny G, I got to give you props too. Tony Grossi, ESPN Cleveland.
I was going to make it seem like Danny G put on his reporter hat and his fake mustache and
Yo,
was doing
man,
some reporting.
I got the scoop. No, Danny G's our super producer. I'm not taking anything away from Danny. He's the guy that finds all this good information for the show. But it's courtesy of Tony Grossi, ESPN Cleveland. Fun times in Cleveland again.
Cleveland!
All right. Found out what John Harbaugh's requirements are to be interested in his next head coaching job.
And this is interesting because John Harbaugh.
It's kind of like his coaching rider. Like, this is what I need. These are my demands.
It's weird. John Harbaugh says he wants only red Skittles. He wants Sour Patch Kids and lattes. No, it's
Hennessy.
He wants a gold toilet seat.
Who wanted a new? Do you know who wanted a new toilet seat at every venue?
Yeah, Beyonce.
Well, I mean, you got to protect that ass. It's a valuable ass.
And he wants 3-ply toilet paper. But no, there seems to be like a list of demands according to this. That's why I didn't want to give Danny G the credit, because what if this is wrong? But according to the report, this is the story. He has a list of demands. Like, hey, he's the hottest commodity going. Apparently got 7-8 phone calls the minute they let him go. Everybody wants some Harbaugh, so he's in a position of power. So he's like, hey, you want to deal with this guy? Here's what I expect. And it first starts off with this. A minimum of $20 million per year for John Harbaugh. Again, keep in mind, he won 1 Super Bowl and has had many opportunity with one of the greatest quarterbacks in the NFL, Lamar Jackson. 1 Super Bowl. I mean, that's one more than a lot of people, but $20 million a year. Should I continue?
Well, can I, before you go on, let's talk about the highest paid current coaches in the NFL so we can play a little game of Comparison Jones.
Comparison Ford.
Hey, let's play Comparison Ford. Andy Reid makes $20 million a year. A guy that's been to the Super Bowl a ton of times. A guy that's won 3 Super Bowls. A guy that's been to a couple losing with the Chiefs, a couple losing with Philly, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we're talking about Andy Reid, who is almost in Philadelphia. He was almost in the NFC Championship game. It felt like, every year.
On the flip side, though, John Harbaugh has an incredible reputation, highly touted. Even though they haven't been able to win with Lamar Jackson, nobody's saying it's his fault or Jackson's fault. You know, it's just a matter of not vibing the right way or being able to pull it off. But no one's saying it's his fault because everyone knows he's a great coach. So $20 million per year. That's your first head scratcher.
All right. Sean Payton came as a hot commodity to Denver. Remember, Denver went out of their way to be like, we got to have this.
Didn't they give him like $18 million?
18. Yeah. And then you got Tomlin and his brother Jim Harbaugh at $16 million. Then arguably the 2 best coaches in the NFC right now, McVay's at 15 and Kyle Shanahan, I think, and I'm not just saying this as a Niners fan, I think a bargain at $14 million.
But it's a sort of apples and oranges. It's fair for the conversation, no doubt, just to put things in perspective. But it's supply and demand. It's all timing, right? It's how desperate are the teams that need a coach, and how willing are they to make that sort of move?
I know what you're saying. It's
right?
almost like quarterback sometimes. Like sometimes
exactly.
quarterback, it's like next guy up is going to be the highest paid.
Like if they really need him, and he's.
I don't think the money is the biggest hurdle on this list of demands.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Next thing.
Let's get past the money.
$10 million for staff budget. That's some big money, dude.
That's pretty much saying like he wants to bring in a high leverage and a high touted coordinator of sorts, I'm guessing, and he wants his staff to be top level.
So do the math here. $30 million when it comes to him and his staff. So 20 for him, 10 for the staff budget.
Sounds fair.
The next one, actually the last one I think is the
the last 2 you can combine because it's really the same sentiment.
Total authority over the roster.
Yeah.
Total authority over the roster. That doesn't rub me as odd as the last one, though. You feel it's the same, but
Well, I think they're in the same category. Total
Okay.
authority over the roster would also insinuate that he said he wants to select the GM. So
Yeah,
he wants to be in
He wants to be
cahoots.
Jerry Jones.
Yeah, essentially he wants to be like, that's the GM I choose because I know this guy will be on the same page with me and respect me.
so
So
would like to select his own GM. So if you get John Harbaugh, this is what is required. This is what he expects. And there's also a lot of speculation that Miami made their moves because they want him that bad. You know, when you want someone that bad, you're willing to make those exceptions.
Well, and the reason this report came out of Cleveland is because obviously Browns fans are big dreaming too, because Harbaugh winning against his former squad, the Ravens, twice a year would be sweet revenge.
your boy Ben Maller in the overnight on Fox Sports Radio. I don't know why I give everyone else shout-outs. Do they give us shout-outs?
I bet you Ben Maller's never given you a shout out.
Not once. I bet.
Quickly.
No, he actually has.
Yes. Okay. Good.
I heard him, and I agreed with him, that there are certain teams that good coaches might just look at and be like, no, that's a clown car. No, thanks. I think he used the term clown car. Like, do you think Jim Harbaugh looks at Cleveland and goes, yeah, I don't care what, no, whatever you're going to give me, hold your breath. No thanks. No thanks. Jets, clown car, honk, honk. I think there's certain teams that you would assume that a guy like Harbaugh's like, yeah, listen, even I don't want to do that.
I agree with you, actually.
So
Yeah.
you're eliminating some of those clown car teams. This
It's
is
like,
it's a high demand.
You know what it's
though.
like, Rich? Remember there was one time back in the day, Danny G, we worked with this woman at Sirius XM, and she's like, Covino, you're single? She's like, I've got a friend you've got to meet. And, you know, she showed up one day with her friend. I'm like, where's this friend I got to meet? This is the one? No way, Jose. Clown car. No thanks. Right. Like, my point is,
She thought you.
sometimes
She thought you.
just know. There's no shot.
She thought you were.
I don't care how great you are or what your potential is.
She thought
no
you,
way.
She thought you should have hooked up with an ogre.
Yeah, that wasn't even. It
She had
wasn't even
4
it.
kids with 3 different guys.
My point is, you just know, right? You just know.
Yeah.
He looks at the Browns and says, "No way."
Yeah.
Just the same way I looked at this situation, I was like, "No thanks. You're out of your mind."
So
Train wreck.
the demands are there, but let's pose the bigger question:
It's insulting.
is John Harbaugh doing anything he shouldn't be doing? And I think the answer is no, because when you are in demand, I say this about any industry, you could be working in any field, and you know that maybe once or twice in your career, you might have an opportunity where it's like, wow, I actually have some leverage and I could call the shots.
Yeah, that's a rare moment.
In those moments, you absolutely need to say, well, you know what? Yes, I want a fish tank in my office. Yeah, you know what? You could demand any crazy stuff because there are very few times in a man or woman's life where you have that power. And we joked about it with Juan
Well,
Soto,
that's the fun part
Ohtani
of
in baseball.
negotiating.
Yeah, no, but in
Dude, Danny G, in our last ESPN deal, right? We were pretty much done with the deal. But just as far as like,
You had
You
to
always-
negotiate your name going first.
I negotiated my name going first, always and forever.
Yeah.
But it's always like those things. Even when you're buying a car, right? You're trying to get something extra. You're like, hey, can you throw car washes in?
Yeah,
like, I'm ready to sign
exactly.
the deal. I'm right here with the pen in my hand.
Free oil changes.
How about some free
for
oil
life.
changes?
You know, Covino, I'm not
'cause
even.
I'm real close to signing. How about you're looking for that extra, right?
He's not joking, Covino. This is no BS. You might go to like the gas station or someone to get your car washed. You know where Covino gets his car washed? BMW.
The dealership.
Because I'm like, if you really want to do this deal, I'll do it right now. But you're throwing in this too because you know they're beating you anyway,
Covino
right?
gets free car washes because he brings it to the dealership because they said, yeah, sure.
That's it. Hey, it's a veteran move.
It is. And when we were signing our deal at ESPN years ago, right? Like the deal was done. But if you just hold 1 second, guys, I am so excited to move forward with you. But before we do this, the one thing I really need to really make this happen is a wardrobe budget. And bam, we got it because we asked for it. So you can't blame this dude who's got a stellar resume for throwing this out there. You know why? He's in the position to do so. And that's what the question really comes down to.
That's how Rich got all those ascots.
Yeah. How do you think Rich got all his bolo ties? is he deserving of this?
Why do you think Covino has a wacky Yankees hat in every color?
It's part of the deal.
Covino took a page from the movie Airheads. Remember their list of demands? It was like a Dallas Cowboys football helmet with ice cream in it, nude pictures of B. Arthur.
Yes.
They're like, man, the nude pictures of B. Arthur were really hard to find.
Well, when we inked the deal with Fox Sports, we asked for some Rob Parker quarter zips. And
here we are.
Here we are, man.
Easy.
Now, the question is based on this. Because like Rich said, he's in a very interesting position to make these calls and call these demands. Are his demands deserved, or is this basically insane? How do you – because I'm talking to Rich off the air. Rich is like, this guy's got to be crazy.
Well,
he couldn't win with Lamar Jackson. He's won one.
Two things can't be true. And, you're seeing a lot of that with politics right now. You could be like, well, this and this. Multiple things can be true at the same time, right? It could be true that John Harbaugh is doing the right thing by asking for all this because you should and would do the same.
Absolutely.
But it doesn't mean
everybody's trying to squeeze you, man. Squeeze him right back.
It doesn't mean he's going to get it. And, that's called testing the market, right? You could say, even in the dating world, you could be like, I deserve better. And then if you don't get better, you know what the market tells you? Yeah, you were wrong.
Yeah. But Rich, that's the thing is that I get the supply and demand aspect of this, but he's won one Super Bowl.
That was my point.
Not
to Covino.
five.
I said to
Yeah,
Covino,
not six.
Yeah, but he's also the hottest guy out there.
I said to Covino on the way, it's funny you would say that, on the way to work today when we were chatting, I said, yeah, Harbaugh's acting like he's, Tom Landry or, Vince Lombardi or.
Yeah, but guess what?
Or
Tom Landry and Vince Lombardi are not available right now. That's the whole
And
key.
a guy like Belichick, sort of, he's too old now and he doesn't connect the same way. I just wonder, a guy that won one Super Bowl?
You could make that argument against John Harbaugh, though. He was not connecting with Lamar.
Yeah.
And the rumors flying out of there is that Lamar didn't go to bat for him. And, they picked Lamar. They picked their quarterback.
Yeah, they just weren't the matchup. Separately, they're great. It's like a relationship that doesn't work out. It could be two great people. It just didn't work out the right way. So, again, if you just joined us, John Harbaugh, according to Tony Grossi of ESPN Cleveland, $20 million per year. This is what he wants. If you want him to be interested in meeting with you for a head coaching position, $20 million a year, $10 million for his staff, total authority of the roster, and wants to select his own GM. That's wild. So, deserving, you understand. Does he deserve it? I mean, dude, he's got a stellar resume. He's been with one team for a long time for a reason. Or is he insane to throw this out there?
Ask yourself this. When Ohtani wanted all that money, what do people say? That's ridiculous. And they've already made the money back, and they've won back-to-back World Series. Is John Harbaugh worth that? Again, the market will dictate that. When quarterbacks and, starting pitchers, players have bet on themselves, what happens? Half the time they get the money, and then other times it's like, yeah, they're not getting that.
Well,
they're just not. It's happened. You've seen it happen.
Put him in position to throw these demands out there? The fact that there's a lot of teams out there that want him, and they've made it known.
Hey, let me ask you this. We've had this conversation maybe a couple of years back. Off the top of your head, put on your thinking cap, which is not a gray Yankees hat. Sorry.
My new gray Yankee hat. I got to break this bad boy in.
What great coach has gone on to win at multiple places? I'll tell you this, the list is short, right? A lot of times a Belichick or a Joe Torre or these guys that had dynasties, their next job is never usually super successful. Like there's a few, like in baseball,
Sparky Anderson
had a couple stops along the way, but usually that legendary coach like a Parcells doesn't really win at the next place.
We had this as a topic on our show before.
Yeah, we've talked about this, and I remember we were like, it's not easy. I mean, Phil Jackson was an anomaly because he just happened to, what a lucky dude, but talented, right? I mean, it's very rare when that Super Bowl, World Series winning, NBA title winning coach goes on to the next gig and is like, I'm bringing you a championship. That's why Theo Epstein in baseball, I think there should be movies made about this guy. The fact that he brought the Red Sox and the Cubs a World Series, I think that's the most underrated thing in all of sports management. So it's not easy. Think about it. When the Cubs, the Cubs manager, Joe Madden. Everywhere he's gone, he's respected, but hasn't won since.
Terry Francona
comes close, but it's not automatic. So
it's funny you say that. Look who I looked up real quick. I was looking up Joe Madden as Rich was speaking.
And Joe Madden brought the Rays to the World Series,
Yep.
which is the equivalent of winning a World Series with another franchise.
No doubt. That's why I was looking him up, too, just to double check, because he came to mind immediately of guys, difference makers, really.
Pat Riley with the Lakers and the Heat, and the Knicks to a lesser extent.
Yeah. So the list is full of a few, and they're legends, right? So we wish John Harbaugh the best. Where's he going to end up? Let's hear your guesses.
You know
Let's
what
hear
it is,
your
Rich?
predictions and thoughts.
This goes back to a theory of yours, something Rich always says. Again, on the ride here, Rich was saying, he's insane. He hasn't done much to deserve that. But why are we fighting for the organization, the franchise? Shouldn't we always have the back of the one man?
I mean, you know what number you
Right?
should
The
care
little
about?
guy?
Know what number you should care about as
These
a
teams
fan?
are bringing in billions of dollars a year.
You should care as a fan about money against the cap, and a coach is not in that category. So Danny, I don't see Danny complaining that the Raiders are paying 5 different coaches or something as we speak, because it doesn't matter.
It's not my money.
It's not your money, and it's
coaching
not.
matters.
And it doesn't.
Look at the Lions this year. The Lions weren't the same because of the coaching they lost in the past few years.
Do what you got to do to win. The
Yep.
GM thing is the big hurdle because for the Raiders, for example, John Spytek is Brady's homie from college, and they like him, and he had a good draft last year. So, he's in place. So unless Harbaugh has some ties with him from the past and already likes him, then you're out. You're out of the running for Harbaugh.
And if you think this conversation is gross when we talk this kind of money, $20 million a year, $10 million for his staff, total authority of the roster and GM, wait till you hear how Rich thinks he's like John Harbaugh. We're gonna get to that too.
I'm like John Harbaugh. I'll tell you why. But interestingly enough, I was talking to Jackson Dart. I wasn't, but I was reading his lips. And what did they say, Jackson Dart? If you read his lips last night, the John boys of the world out there were saying that his lips were saying Stefanski or Harbaugh. Was that the sentiment?
Yeah, I said, I don't know, Stefanski or Harbaugh, but I don't know.
I mean, Jackson Dart, if there's going to be a dude that's in the know, if you're a Giants fan, you got to think like, well, maybe it is one of those two because it's Jackson Dart saying it. We'll see. Your thoughts, your feedback on Harbaugh, and we're going to get into Wild Card Weekend. And tonight you got your boy Mendoza, so a lot to be excited about if you're a football fan. More Covino and Rich next right here on FSR.
It all comes down to this one game, the best of the best, playing for the Lombardi. So if you're watching at home, watch it like it matters on the TCL Ultimate Series, the QM8K or the QM9K. The choice is yours, Black Sheep style.
This is Super Bowl football. Bright lights, fast cuts, big hits, bigger debates. Was he in? Did he drag his foot? Did the ball cross the goal line? These are the things that TCL handles. They bring the ultimate brightness in black levels so the picture stays clean from kickoff to the final drive. You could see those little pellets on the turf pop up when a guy's dragging his foot. The little, you'll know. It's TCL bringing it. And you could go big. The Ultimate Series, get this, available in a massive 98-inch class. So every seat is great, not just the people in the middle.
I need that. I think I need that.
98?
Yeah. If you can't be in the stadium,
Size queen.
TCL Ultimate Series is the next best seat. Available at all major retailers. TCL is the official TV partner of the NFL here for Super Bowl 60.
Oh, man, no longer Mr. Miami Vice. Mike McDaniel, out! To quote Vince McMahon, you're fired.
I love that. I mean, I don't love that from Mike McDaniel. I'm just saying. Yeah.
I do a pretty good Vince, right? You're fired. And it brings up a good question. You heard Ilo in his update, the consummate professional Isaac Lowenkron.
He dropped that the Lions have already reached out.
And you know what? What a great idea, because when they lost Ben Johnson, you could tell. Sam, I'll give you credit because I'm not one that needs the credit for myself. You were the first to point out in the beginning of the year that they were missing a little something in Detroit without Ben Johnson. Like something wasn't right offensively.
Thank you. The proprietary spice.
Yeah, and, Mike McDaniel could provide that spice. And here's my thought. My thought is, as much as I love Mike McDaniel, I'm a Niners fan, right? So to me, guys like him and Robert Saleh, I wish they never left. Saleh came back, and I'm like, yes. But do you think there's guys that know you want to get a head coaching job? I get it, right? Who wouldn't want that? But some people are such a great offensive or defensive mind that I almost want you to be like, no, specialize in that. Mike McDaniel could be an offensive coordinator for any team, would be welcoming that guy. But does he reek of head coach to you? I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know. I'm a fan like you guys are, but I love Mike McDaniel.
When you coached 4 years and you had some success, do you want to make that step back? Is it viewed as a step back? It shouldn't be viewed as a step back if you're great at that.
Not
right?
everyone's John Harbaugh that's going to have 7 teams call you the next day. I think a guy like McDaniel is going to get maybe some interviews, but he will be an offensive coordinator again before he's a head coach again. That's my prediction, at least. But you got to ask yourself, Covino, is there any shame in saying, I'm a really amazing play caller? What he was doing with the Niners offense with Kyle Shanahan, I do wonder that if he did have someone other than Tua, how does Trump say his name? Tua Tagovailoa? If he had someone other than Tua.
Tua Tagovailoa.
That guy, yeah. If he had someone other than Tua, do you think maybe Mike McDaniel could have made that system work a little more? I feel like
the answer is yes.
I feel like it was the personnel, not the schemes. That's why I wonder if
it would have been different.
If he's the
There's
offensive,
no question
if
about
he's
that.
the OC Danny G for Detroit, and he's there, working with Campbell, and he's got Goff and Jahmyr Gibbs and Amon-Ra St. Brown, you don't think Mike McDaniel's would flourish?
I don't know. When you're the head coach, you're kind of like the CEO, so all of the team is your responsibility.
Yeah.
Can't just put it on the quarterback. I understand what you're saying. You have a much better chance of keeping your job for a long time if you have a franchise QB.
You know what's cool about the Mike McDaniel thing, though, is he's still 42 years old, so he can go back to being an offensive coordinator, what he's great at, and become a head coach again if that's what he chooses to do in the future.
My other biggest observation about Mike McDaniel, you ever see those pictures of presidents before and after they were the president, and they go from lively to look like they got
we've seen that of your coach, Shanahan.
Usually head coaching, they always say the manager of the Yankees looks like hell after a few years. Usually U.S. presidents look like crap. Mike McDaniel, the reverse. Did you see the first day and last day on the job? He went from a nerd to look like a Coke dealer in Miami.
He got a glow up. He got the glow up.
Yeah.
The American Idol glow up.
Remember? We did halfway through the season when
it wasn't Clay Aiken.
You guys remember, it wasn't even halfway through the season when there were all the rumors flying about him being fired then. And Sam played several of the clips where he just sounded very strange.
Yeah.
Talking
Cryptic,
to
it
was.
And with Danny, I'll be the first to admit, as much as I love Mike McDaniel, I said his goofy, quirky vibe works when you're winning. When you're losing, it's irritating to a fan. They're like, what is this guy talking about? When he's quirky and funny and you're winning, again, very different.
Well, let's go over the numbers and let's pose this question, all right? Fox Sports Radio Nation, the question is, well, what's next for him? You heard Rich, not a head coaching job. So then what's next? What do you think? What team? Any predictions you want to share? He was 35-33 after 4 years, so he had a winning record. Back-to-back winning seasons in 22-23, 7-10 this year. 2 years in a row, no playoffs, and that's really what put the nail in the McDaniel head coaching coffin.
Love that. I have a list of demands like John Harbaugh.
You know what? It's a great place to be. You can't be hating on it.
No.
You said it, Rich. You'd be doing the same thing.
It's a rare moment in life when you hold the cards, so you can't, be mad at Harbaugh for wanting to make the moves. And as you play Ed Sheeran, Iowa Sam, I was telling him, I was like, my daughter just loves listening to Ed Sheeran music, and I'm like, buddy, this year we'll go see him in concert wherever he goes, and maybe we'll try to meet him. And I was like, you know what I could do? I could just have Iowa Sam come over my house and say he's Ed Sheeran.
Hi, I'm Timu Ed Sheeran. I'm trying to get the facial down right. Maybe I should dye my hair a little more red.
I think it would work, Iowa Sam. All right, at
Maybe.
Covino and Rich, we are doing it live from the Fox Sports Radio studio, and your next success can begin sooner than you think. Apply now and save with no application fee through February 11th at University of Maryland Global Campus this new year. Put your goals within reach at an accredited state university. Learn more at umgc.edu.
No, you.
No, you.
Now, check this out, Fox Sports Radio Nation. It's Friday. We're pumped. But that means weekend hobnobbing next hour. What to watch in the world of sports and entertainment. We always do that. Plus, we're playing a game, Brainwave.
Brainwave.
Sweeping the nation. We're giving away prizes. Are you on our Brainwave? Find out and call when we tell you to. But the chat is up and running. Covino and Rich FSR. By the way, a new bonus pod dropped yesterday. New Overpromised. Our first of the year. Overpromised. We talked about Fernando Mendoza.
Mm-hmm.
Rich gave you his picks, and we talked about things we used to do in the 90s that would be weird now.
I'll give you an example. In the 90s, your kids would never believe that there was a smoking section in a restaurant like 20 feet away from the regular section.
Yeah, like right there, people were smoking.
Or the idea, like your parents would have someone stop by the house and knock on the door and like, hey, just saying hi.
Covino and Rich FSR, episode 123, Overpromised. I'll tell you more about it later, but the chat's up. So, Schnell, who hit us up. Does anyone read the chat? Yes, we do. What up, Raptor in New Mexico? West from Vegas says Mendoza and Harbaugh to the Cardinals, but that would be the hardest landing spot with the three best NFL teams. Let's see.
Oh, you know what?
Scott for Mayor says records are set to be broken.
But you know what? I'm seeing someone who said this here. He must have some insight. Your boy Raptor said John H. Harbaugh to the Cardinals? He goes, I Men's Warehouse guarantee it.
Well, like I said,
it's a high guarantee.
The Dolphins are also pushing hard, and a lot of speculation. Well, that's why they got rid of McDaniel when they did. Colin in Canada says, you think Harbaugh could get that kind of money broadcasting? I don't think so. No, I don't think so. And again, if you just joined us, he has his list of demands. There's a bunch of teams that want him, so hey, why not throw it out there? This is according to Tony Grossi. $20 million per year, $10 million for staff and budget, total authority over the roster, and would like to select his own GM. So that's the list of demands.
And a jug of red vines and a fish tank, right?
Yeah. No,
okay.
But everyone just in life, too, to make it relatable, should have an unwritten list of expectations in life and relationships. If your unwritten list of demands in your life aren't being met, you're unhappy. You know, if you expect a certain level of commitment in your love life, in your relationships from your kids, and they're not meeting those expectations, you're bummed out, right? So at least he's throwing it out there. He's hey, this is what I want.
No, I know that not every job deals with negotiations like football coach or player or even broadcasters. Well, you know, our guy negotiates with Fox Sports, right? But if you are not getting what you want at your job, and let's say your boss or supervisor is like, yeah, you know, we really can't give you much more money this year. I don't think there's any harm in you saying like, yeah, I understand the boss, but hey, can you throw me like one or two more like flex days off? Like, there's no harm in asking for that last.
That was my point.
Little
earlier.
extra, right?
I'm all about that. And that's why we're going to get a sign outside of this building, Danny G, because we're not going to get what we want, right? So we'll be like, yeah, but can we get a sign outside of the building?
Covino has said this right here on Sepulveda in L.A.
You want to place the Delilah?
You know why? Because I've never seen Delilah or Steve Harvey here. So how about you throw a little Covino and Rich sign out there?
Do you know how much everyone else at FSR would hate us if we had a sign?
I don't care. That's what I'm shooting for.
Ben Maller would throw eggs at it.
All right, hey, he has every right to. I don't care.
All right.
Lisa hit us up too, though, Rich. She says, you got to give him props because John Harbaugh is in a very unique situation, right?
Uh-huh.
There's a lot of teams looking for a great coach, and there's a great coach available. He knows his worth. It's a great negotiating tactic. When you know your worth, you could throw that out there.
Yeah.
And that's not only in negotiating, that's in life.
Yeah. All right, let's say hi to South Dakota and John. What's up, buddy? Covino Rich.
Hey, fellas, thanks for taking the call. So it's
anytime.
not just that he has leverage, and it's not just that he's a great coach. The ownership groups of the teams that are looking for head coaches this year are stupid, and like with a capital S. And he's basically saying, y'all don't know how to run a team. If you want me to be your coach, you're going to stay in your suite, and you're not going to Jerry Jones me.
And you know what, John, well said. So I think we could just end with that. You're right. If there were, quote, clown car teams, honk, honk,
Settle down just a little bit.
that want John Harbaugh, then John Harbaugh does have to say, if you really do want me and you're interested and we want to take a meeting, I could change the culture here, but you need to give me the reins because I'm not going to come in and you tell me, hey, here's your GM and I don't like him. Or, hey, come draft day, yeah, we need to bolster up the line. Meanwhile, you go draft a wide receiver. Like, he wants all that power, and you know what? He's in the position to ask for it.
Yes, and before we go to ILO, keep this in mind. In any negotiation, you always shoot high because you know the team's going to come back with something a little lower. You got to shoot high, and that's exactly what's happening.
It's the basis of whether you love him or hate him. It's the basis of Donald Trump's art of the deal. Like,
bam,
ask for something ridiculous and then settle for what you really want,
that's
right?
really it.
All right, let's go to ILO for an update. Isaac Lowenkron. What's up, buddy?
Thank you, fellas. NFL media reports the Tennessee Titans will interview now former Miami Dolphins head coach Mike McDaniel for their head coaching job. Speaking of the Dolphins, they're finalizing a deal to hire Green Bay Packers Vice President of Player Personnel John Eric Sullivan as their new general manager. The Baltimore Ravens have completed an interview with former Cleveland Browns head coach Kevin Stefanski for their head coaching job. In the NBA, ESPN reported that the Memphis Grizzlies are entertaining trade offers for Ja Morant, and the Dallas Mavericks star Anthony Davis has sustained ligament damage in his left hand and, depending on whether surgery is needed, could miss a number of months. In college football, the NCAA today denied Ole Miss quarterback Trinidad Chambliss's waiver request for a sixth year of eligibility. Ole Miss can still appeal the decision. Finally, Covino and Rich tonight, of course, it's the second national semifinal in the college football playoff between Indiana and Oregon. And last night, Indiana quarterback Fernando Mendoza was the subject of a fake social media post that a lot of people believed. An Oregon fan photoshopped a screenshot to make it look like Mendoza had Instagrammed a picture from noted Atlanta Gentlemen's Club Magic City with the caption, quote, best wings in the country, unquote. Again, it was a fake post. Back to you.
The lemon pepper wings, to be clear,
That part wasn't fake.
I'm just saying, purely for research, we had listeners bring us there once. And let me tell you, the lemon pepper wings are fantastic.
Your dedication to investigative journalism is first rate.
I left that place smelling like wings and cocoa butter.
In the order of their importance?
Yes.
That was reference to, it was Jay Williams, right? With the lemon pepper wings?
Lou Williams.
Lou Williams.
And
although I wouldn't be surprised if Jay had...
by the way, and Rob Parker, too.
It was Bernie Williams, right?
Bernie Williams? No.
Him too!
Oh.
Yeah, Lou Williams. All right, well, thank you guys for hanging out with us. Now, again, stick around for Brainwave, giving away prizes, playing games, and weekend hobnobbing. But we got to talk about how Rich is like John Harbaugh, right? We still have to get to that and more. So it's Friday fun here on Covino and Rich.
Have you ever, Covino, wiped with a piece of dry, single-ply toilet paper and wondered, oh, my goodness, is this as good as it gets?
It's a half.
Oh, my goodness. Well, it's not. It gets a lot better thanks to the wet, extra-large cleaning power of Dude Wipes.
Dude Wipes. And we say extra large. We mean business. So no matter the size of your mess from top to bottom, Dudes has you covered for a confident clean. They comfortably clean up whatever TP leaves behind for no more maintenance wipes.
Yeah, this is better than TP for your bunghole. Debris, no way. Irritation, not a chance. It's time to make the trade of the season and switch from old-fashioned toilet paper to wet, extra-large Dude Wipes and start experiencing the confident clean of Dude Wipes made from 100% plant-based natural fibers, coming in a variety of scents and sensations like mint chill. Treat your booty. Shea butter, protect your end zone. Hey, join the movement for cleaner movements and live skid-free. I know you've been trying to live skid-free, Covino.
Finally, my chance to live a skid-free life. Available at Amazon and more major retailers nationwide. Dude Wipes, best clean, pants down.
We get into the wild card. 6 games, 5 of them are so close to call that you could argue maybe more underdogs could pull away with wins this weekend. Let me hit you up with this real quick. We start the weekend Saturday. You got 2 games, right, and then 3 on Sunday, and then a Monday Night Football. Other than the Rams, just probably winning because it's your easiest first round matchup. Packers Bears. Oh, come on, please. No one's got a gauge of no one's got a real good read on that one. And Bills Jags. How can you tell me you have a read on that one? That's another 1-point favorite. Now, Eagles are getting your courtesy 3-point home field advantage over the Niners. But the Niners take away that loss against the Seahawks where they were shut down. What was everyone saying? Man, the Niners offense can't be stopped. And the Eagles have been floundering here and there. So you're telling me that you have a good read on that game?
Mm-mm.
No way.
But I do believe your 49ers could win that game.
I absolutely think they can. And then
even after that terrible performance.
And then Chargers Patriots.
This one's interesting because the Patriots do not have a good pass rush game.
They do not, which means you're giving Justin Herbert and that team an opportunity, right?
Maybe, because they have the worst, them and the Raiders, have the worst O-lines in the league. So this is going to be crazy to watch. Can the Chargers actually get the ball out of Herbert's hand? Can the Patriots find a pass rush? That's going to be the key to this game.
And not to be that guy. I never want to be the guy that says, well, they didn't beat anyone. The Patriots did benefit from a soft schedule. So while they do have home field and while the Patriots are 13-4.
14-3.
14-3. You could argue that it's a soft 14-3. And the Chargers, that's why they're only favored by a field goal and a half at home, because people are like, how good are the Patriots really in a playoff game against Harbaugh? Vrabel, this is a first year, Drake May's first real sort of look in the postseason, right?
Chargers are rested now. Chargers
didn't play last week, really. They sat everyone. And when you look at who the Patriots beat, not to be that guy, but they beat a lot of teams like the Saints and the Panthers and the Titans and the Browns and the Falcons and the Jets. And
you're sounding like that guy.
I don't want to sound like that. The Giants. It's the Jets again. To me, we'll see. Listen, if you really believe that they were a 14-3 powerhouse, they wouldn't be favored by a field goal over the Chargers. And then after that game, Covino, let's keep going.
Texans Steelers.
You would assume that based on how hot the Texans are, their defense is ridiculous.
The hottest team in the NFL.
They seem like they are hitting their stride. But then
Metcalf is back.
Yeah, then you look at the other side and you say, well, Metcalf is back, and Aaron Rodgers' playoff experience and Mike Tomlin's experience, you start putting all those things in the mix, and you're like, all right, well, that's the great regulator. That's
9 wins in a row, though, for the Texans, and their defense did look a little vulnerable in the past few games, but who could be hotter than them? So Steelers' hands are full.
Steelers are 3-point dogs there, so I don't think
But what do we say, too? We said it, got to stay consistent. At least I said it.
Yeah.
DK Metcalf, I quote as of today, excited as hell to be back. Who sighed a bigger sigh of relief than him? We already established that as well. Aaron Rodgers pumped to be back. It's been a while. I think they're coming with DK Metcalf having extra to prove here. He has a lot to make up to his team. So I think he's going to try to put it on his back.
I'm looking at all the feedback.
That's a battle. That's going to be a battle.
Mike Oliver said Texans are going to be such a tough out in the playoffs. He wouldn't be shocked if the Houston Texans made a run for the Super Bowl. K-Rain 19 says, guys, it's so funny because I could see Rich's Niners really making a run, but then I could also see it getting out of hand in favor of the Eagles if it goes bad in Brock Purdy's way or something. that's why all these games.
Dude, the Eagles' defense is no pushover.
Yeah, no, but Danny, remember in years past where you're like, all right, these teams will win, and then it'll be Brady versus Manning in the AFC Championship, and you knew there were sort of gimme games along the way? I don't think any of these teams, except maybe the Rams, getting the soft card dealt with the Panthers. Other than that, all the other 5 games, I'm so curious later in the week when we do our picks. I wonder if we'll do our annual parlay where we put $5. Everyone has a chance to see how they could do on a 6 or 6 parlay. Yo, I was saying, what you know about T.I.? Covino used to love this song.
Still one of my favorites for sure.
It's a good one.
What you know about that?
It's the instrumental.
I'll tell you what I know. Niners cover the 5.5. I'll tell you that.
You know what else I know? When you're done watching some foosball, if you haven't watched that Dave Chappelle special on Netflix, it's a little politically driven, but still, it's Dave Chappelle. He talks about T.I., has some great stories about T.I.
A great T.I. story. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Bring that up at Weekend Hobnobbing later.
We are Covino and Rich, and we are going to tell you what to watch next hour in Weekend Hobnobbing. Plus, we got Brainwave. And right now, Covino and Rich, live from Fox Sports Radio studio, it's time for our Tire Rack Play of the Day. Our show called it yesterday, right before we signed off. Carson Beck went off.
Beck holds his hands out, takes, drops, looks, watch the throw. You got it. Carson Beck into the end zone. He runs it in over the left side. Carson Beck takes it in for a Miami touchdown. Miami touchdown for Carson Beck. Is that the winning moment? It's a 3-yard touchdown.
Yeah, courtesy of Hurricanes Radio Network. Don't you feel like Carson Beck told everyone on the defense, like, hey, everyone, look that way? And that side of the field was empty. Walked in. That is your Tire Rack Play of the game. Now they face the winner of tonight's Peach Bowl. For over 40 years, Tire Rack's been helping customers find the right tires for how, what, and where they drive. Ship fast and free, backed by free road hazard protection, convenient installation options like mobile tire installation.
All right, TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be. We got one more call on John Harbaugh right now. He has his demands, his list of demands that include $20 million for him, gets to pick his GM, and more. Who do we got, Danny G?
That is Fred, right? Fred in West Virginia?
Hey, Fred,
Yeah,
what's
let's
up,
go to
Fred?
West Virginia.
Fred Duardo. Hey, buddy.
What's up, my guys?
Hey.
So I think this is just a list of demands just tailored for the Browns. He spent the last
You know what? You might be right.
spent the last 19 years hating this team. And he's like, you know what? You're dysfunctional. If you want me to fix it, this is my price.
You know what?
It's a great point. It could vary from team to team.
If you really don't want to go somewhere, like Danny, honestly, and I'm not kissing ass.
It's like,
but I love it here at Fox Sports Radio. Let's say some bunk network's like, we want you, Covino and Rich, and you have no real want to go there. You could be like, all right, give me $10 million and tickle my toes every day. You could say whatever you want. And by the way, I wouldn't say toes. But you really could call the shots. They could just be like, yeah, no, I'm all for it. John Harbaugh, I don't think he might deserve all these demands, but there's no harm in asking, right? All right.
Sorry, I was laughing because I was thinking of other things, but I tickle my toes.
Your little belly, Sam.
It's like how to lose a team in 10 days.
Yeah, exactly.
And then throw out some crazy demands.
No, exactly. You ain't kidding. All right, now, coming up, we are going to talk more NFL, and I want to throw this out there. There are 14 teams in the postseason. Obviously, Seattle and Denver get to sit on their booty this weekend and finish Stranger Things. Isn't that Sam Darnold said, yeah, I got to finish Stranger Things?
So do I.
They get to sit around and watch the other teams battle, but there's 14 postseason teams. Of those postseason teams, 5 of them have never won a Super Bowl. So is it in your instinct to say, well, you know what? If my team's not in it, I want to see someone win it for the first time? Or are you like, no, if my team doesn't get to win, I don't want to see anyone happy. Like, do you take on a secondary interest in the team that's never been there? Like, if you like Danny, you're a Raiders fan. Do you like, well, the Bills never won, or hey, the Jags or the Panthers?
I feel that way towards the Bills, especially this being their last season in their old stadium.
Yeah.
So I do feel that way towards them and
knowing
their
the
fan base.
nightmare, the nightmare that the fan base went through in the 90s.
Yeah, the history, the bad history
I
that they
feel that
have.
way only about the Bills. Like, if everyone's won one, it takes away a little bit from the illustrious thought of winning the Lombardi Trophy, right? So your thoughts on that?
Now,
But the Chargers are in my division, Rich, so hell no.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
You keep kicking rocks.
There's teams where I'm like, no, I don't want to see them win. So your thoughts, do you root for the team that's never
Hear that, Ilo?
won?
And
That's never won?
Brainwave. And I want to know how Rich is like Harbaugh. We're going to get to that, too.
Please, I'll tell you all about it. More Covino and Rich, and you can always hit us up at Covino and Rich. Fox Sports Radio, having fun on a Friday. Love hanging with you guys.
It's Covino and Rich on Fox Sports Radio. Are you ready?
Yes! We talk about pop culture. We talk about sports. We talk about life.
It's a friendship on the radio. When you talk about the best athlete in the world, you're probably thinking Jim Thorpe, right?
I'm thinking
joking.
Bo Jackson.
I'd have to throw myself at the age of 12 into the conversation.
You are the home run champion. When you find the commonality between sports and life, those analogies and conversations are the best. You were dating some girl, and you were like, hey, babe, let's watch The Sixth Sense. Her mom walked in. Can you believe he was dead the whole time?
I wanted to get up.
Well, slow down, Dana White.
I don't want to say It's never boring.
If the Chiefs win,
Sorry, Patrick Mahomes here. What do you mean by if the Chiefs win?
Our friendship is real. It's authentic. You can't fake the funk.
we're the type of guys you'd want to hang out with at a sports bar. Best way to pick someone up at a bar?
Yeah.
Go up to a cute girl and say, oh, look at that bozo over there. And I'll point to you. We could make fun of each other, poke each other a little bit.
I call him Blubber Lips, Rich Davis, because he never stops talking.
He thinks he's the Mexican Fonz.
Yeah.
At any point, he's wearing a chain. You have a chain on?
Always.
Of course he has a chain on.
That's like asking me if I'm wearing cologne right now. Of course I am. We take a lot of pride in being inclusive and interactive on our show. Just the more the merrier.
Josh, Covino thinks that every man should own a leather jacket.
I only wear vegan leather.
Can you believe this guy?
I can't believe this guy. We have a very special connection with our audience, our listeners. People feel that friendship.
And I appreciate y'all's show. I love it.
It's all for you. Thank you.
Mike Tyson, Covino, loves to just challenge us with random Mike Tyson trivia.
Which accomplished celebrity purchased my sprawling Connecticut estate?
I'm going to go 50 Cent.
You are absolutely correct, 50 Cent. I love his song.
You can't schedule a big event during a big sports moment.
My family member scheduled their wedding the same night as a Julio Cesar Chavez fight. Everyone was glued to that fight instead of doing the electric slide.
This is weak.
Unbelievable. You're very tricky.
America, you got sports, you got fun, you got us.
Covino and Rich.
We're crushing it.
NFL media reports that the Tennessee Titans will interview former Miami Dolphins head coach Mike McDaniel for their head coaching job. The Dolphins, meanwhile, are finalizing a deal to hire Green Bay Packers Vice President of Player Personnel John Eric Sullivan as their new general manager. The Baltimore Ravens have completed an interview with former Cleveland Browns head coach Kevin Stefanski for their head coaching job. In the NBA, ESPN reports that the Memphis Grizzlies are entertaining trade offers for two-time All-Star John Morant, and the Dallas Mavericks star Anthony Davis has sustained ligament damage in his left hand and, depending on whether surgery is required, could miss a number of months. And in college football, the NCAA today denied Ole Miss quarterback Trinidad Chambliss's waiver request for a sixth year of eligibility. Ole Miss can still appeal the decision. I'm Isaac Lowenkron.
All right.
You heard him.
Friday.
We are live. Friday. And we are broadcasting live from the Fox Sports Radio studio. Our show is sponsored by DraftKings. DraftKings Sportsbook, great people, by the way. We partied with them in Vegas, an official sports betting partner of the NFL and NBA. Right now, use promo code CRSHOW to claim your special offers at DraftKings. Again, promo code CRSHOW. If you're going to DraftKings, you better be using that code. DraftKings, the crown is yours.
And have you ever wiped with a piece of dry toilet paper and said, oh, my God, this is awful. Life is terrible. Well, it gets better, of course. Life-changing. Extra large flushable dude wipes because wetter just cleans better. Available at Amazon and all major retailers. Dude wipes, best clean, pants down.
Pants down, man.
And if you're watching us on the YouTube live show, let's do this. YouTube.com/@Covino Rich FSR. In fact, K-Rain19 goes, on a Friday, you know what I could go for? Some Iowa Sam dancing? Who would request such a thing?
Oh, man. Well, there you go. Yeah. There it is. It's not unusual to be loved by anyone. There's Sam.
Tom Jones.
And, of course, Danny G, our super producer, hip-hop guru, Raiders fan, producer of the CNR show, 877-99 on Fox.
Future owner of a Carlos Mendoza jersey or what?
Oh, yeah, most likely. The most buttery voice in all the land. Danny G is here. Spot is here on the videos. Lowenkron's got your updates.
I got to ask Danny, little Coe, your son, I know he's got some gear, but would Mendoza be his first little kid jersey, or have you already went Genty or something else?
His uncle purchased him a Max Crosby jersey last year.
That's a good one, though. Yeah. That's a good one. But I feel like, how old is your son
Mendoza
now?
would be a good number 2, though.
Your son's going to be what?
Coe is 6 already. No, I'm kidding.
I was like, wait a minute. What is he?
Yeah, he's 6 feet tall.
He's almost what?
He's almost 2.5.
Almost 2.5. I was like, he's going to be
he already
3.
has a deep voice. Like, Dad, I want the Genty jersey. Dad, put on Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood.
Dad,
First of all, I don't sound anything like that.
Dad, bubble guppies now.
Dad, I love. Yeah.
Dude, he's going through this baby shark craze,
dude.
And I didn't know.
Baby shark.
I didn't know they had a whole empire, like cartoons and.
Oh, of course, Danny. That company. I don't even know what it is. It's the
Pink Fong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you seen that on social media? The Asian kid that dances the baby shark is a grown man now.
Yeah,
it blows your mind
because
you picture him as like a perma kid, and it's weird when you think of that. I also saw. Remember in the 2000s? Remember the little British kid? Charlie bit me. Charlie, that hurt. You know those kids are in their mid-20s now?
It makes sense. Yeah. Time
crazy.
Moves fast.
Right, well,
Jay Stu talks about it all the time.
He loves it.
Yeah. Shout out to Jay Stu. Shout out to you. If you want to shout out, hit us up now because we're streaming live Covino and Rich FSR. The chat is up on YouTube, Covino and Rich FSR. And, Rich, before we talk about the teams that are left and who you want to win and all that in the NFL, can you please tell the world how you and John Harbaugh are like the same guy? Because John Harbaugh, he's a coveted man right now. He's a prize. People are after him.
Maybe I'm not like Harbaugh, but I said to Covino on the right, and I said, this weekend are the drafts for my kids' baseball, my daughter's softball. And when you get parents and other coaches being like, hey, should we link up this year? you can't really link up with everyone. So I was asking Covino, what do you say where you don't hurt feelings and you don't want to sound like a jerk?
Are you like the hot chick turning down dates?
I mean, that's what I'm asking, really. Yeah.
How does it feel to be the hot chick?
Since
That's really what John Harbaugh is right now. He's the hot chick. He has options.
I told you, since Doug is gone, I'm now I'm the number one coach on the network without a doubt. There's no even debate.
Rich,
by the way, congrats
Rich
to Doug.
emails them a list of demands.
And by the way, congrats to Gottlieb. Sam, I know you worked for him for years. Isn't his team they were 500?
They're
right?
doing much better. Yeah,
that's fantastic.
He's already matched his. He's already doubled his win total from last year. I think they're
that's great.
8-7 or 7-8.
That's really good.
I believe they were 8-8 last.
I think they're 500 now, which is for UW Green Bay is really good now because they've been down the dumps for a while.
And it makes sense because it takes a minute.
Yeah. So good
Congrats.
for Doug.
He's succeeding, and I'm glad to see it.
Absolutely. But yeah, no, I think we've all been there where parents are like, yeah, we should coach together, and then you're like, well, I don't know, do I want to coach with you? And it's honestly, it's something I think a lot of parents deal with every year because I know for a fact, people listening right now, your kids are playing flag football and baseball and softball and basketball. And, Covino and I have talked about this. If you're living that mom or dad life, neighborhood sports have taken a backseat to organized sports. Kids aren't lazy. People like to be like, hey, kids are on their iPad and they're lazy. They're not lazy. They just don't run amok like we used to. Danny G, think of all the things, Isaac, Danny, think of all the times you played wiffle ball or pickup basketball or street football with a
butts up
with a asses up was a great game where remember the curbs would be the sidelines and you play street football. You don't see kids playing that. Your instinct is kids are lazy now. They're not. It's just unfortunately all organized, spend your money football. Like my daughter plays flag football. She's 8, and so he has to $300, $400, $500. Every little sign up, it adds up, dude.
It was such a great way to grow up because on weekends it would almost be sun up to sundown, a break in between, but it taught all of us how to solve our own disputes.
Yeah, and you know
That's
what?
True.
Like this weekend, there's baseball and football baseball and softball evaluations. My daughter has a flag football game this weekend. It's just the idea of you just disappearing for hours at a time, playing tackle football, kill the man with the ball, wiffle ball.
We were also in bike gangs.
But you
taught us loyalty.
You were riding bikes around town.
I was in a gang called the War Dogs. I'm actually not making that up, yeah.
Covino bought a Vespa once, and he was in the Vespas Locos.
Vespas Locos forever. And by the way, Rich, you have such a busy weekend. You're still going to find time to play Butts Up, right? Just a different version.
I play a different version of that these days.
What time is that starting, by the way?
Noon. I'll see that.
It might be a few minutes late.
Okay. But I did want to ask one quick question, then we'll get to more important stuff.
The point is that there's a lot of people in Rich's community that want to coach with him or want their kids on his team.
He's in high demand.
Yeah, he's in high demand the same way that John Harbaugh is. So
man.
maybe you should throw some requests out there, Rich.
If you want to be on my team, you have to bring me a latte before every game.
Yeah.
Cold brew. If you want to be on Coach Rich's team, you got to bring me a pumpkin loaf and cold brew before
the game. And wait
a
minute, from people across the country who aren't familiar, your league, we're talking about parents who are celebrities and millionaires, right?
Yeah,
some of them.
I'm Coach of the Stars, Isaac.
I will coach with you if you buy me Chipotle after every practice.
You know what? I should start doing this. I do have one question for you. Again, we're going to get to important stuff, but this is all fun, relatable stuff. I'd like to think we all coach, we all have kids, or if you're not, you understand this stuff.
I do neither.
I would say he's working as an Ed Sheeran impersonator lately. We figured that out.
That's my life.
Is it rude or understandable if during these little evaluations, when I say little, because they're 5, 6, 8-year-old kids for my daughter, if I'm doing the evaluations and, all right, little Jordan, throw the ball. All right, give him 3 swings, and they're doing the little evaluations, tryouts essentially. Rude if I got the iPad or phone playing the game on mute, because some of these overlap with a little bit of the NFL weekend.
So rude, dude. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, tone deaf.
Rude to who? Little children?
No, to any parent that's walking by.
True. Right.
Thinking he was watching the game the whole time. He didn't even watch little Kyler take his practice.
Put it on radio. Just have it on a Bluetooth speaker.
I'm sorry. I think that's a bad look. I do.
Oh, no. I thought you were going to –
Just tell people you're taking notes in an app and hide the screen from them.
Yeah, that's what Stephen A. Smith was trying to pull off when he was playing solitaire at the NBA game.
Rich, it's your job. You have to watch these games. It's your job.
But
it's your career.
Yo, guys, when you go to your wife or your friends and you're asking their opinion, but all you're wanting them to do is to confirm what you're feeling, you just did the opposite.
I'm being honest.
I was like, I wanted you guys to be like, yeah, man, you can watch a game. So when Covino was like, no, that's rude. I'm like, oh, no, I wanted you. was hoping you'd say that's normal.
I'm being honest. If I feel like you overlooked my kid and I somehow found out you weren't even watching him because you were busy watching the game, that would cause some controversy. It might tarnish your reputation as the John Harbaugh of the league.
Maybe
I
you're
don't
right.
know.
But
Back to the NFL, actually, before we get into brainwave.
Oh, maybe I should get those goggles Spot has. Spot, what are those goggles you have where there's sunglasses, but you're actually watching TV?
The X-Real 1 Pros. It's like you can watch any monitor. It's like a monitor in your eyes, but you can move it off to the side so you can see through them.
Yeah, that's the future.
Watch what's in front of you.
Everyone's going to wonder why Rich has these, funky glasses on.
It's sunny out.
Oh, they're my smart glasses because I'm such a great coach.
They look like sunglasses, so you could get away with it.
Oh, it's outdoors, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? That's not a bad idea.
I could tell Spot will buy him lunch if I could borrow his smart glasses.
That's really,
sure.
honestly, not a bad idea.
I'm going to wear Spot smart glasses. By the way, Spot, have you ever used those to watch anything else?
What do you mean? Our show on YouTube?
Yes.
Covino Rich FSR
That's
on YouTube?
exactly what I was thinking.
Absolutely, I have.
Okay, just keep your pants on when you watch it. All right, so
no guarantees.
Back to the other question. 5 of the 14 playoff teams haven't won a Super Bowl. If you have no team in the race, do you automatically root for one of those 5 or not? Or the opposite, or is it case by case? Like, I do agree with Danny G. Like, yeah, there's one that stands out more than others, and that's the Bills. And this is the Bills' the greatest chance they've had is right now. So if there is any team, or your heart hurts for anybody, it's that Jim Kelly era. It's those fans. It's Scott Norwood. It's Bruce Smith. It's the Bills.
Was it you guys that pointed out yesterday that the Bills say goodbye to Highmark Stadium? And,
yes.
And was it Spot or Danny G? Someone pointed out that they're auctioning the urinals. Oh, Isaac, you were saying that. I'm sorry.
The troughs, right?
You could buy. Imagine that. Like, I could see where you like. Oh, Covino, your uncle has an old seat from Yankee Stadium. Imagine telling your wife, like, "But honey, I won the auction."
I can't afford a urinal, but I got the urinal cakes. Used. They were,
what?
Yeah, discounted.
Game used.
Yeah, game used.
Game used. I guarantee you, though, none of those troughs will wind up going unsold. I guarantee you.
You'll turn them into an ice box or something in your man cave. You scrub it out first, but
Yeah.
Imagine being like, imagine someone serving you a cocktail like, oh, I got the ice from the, the old Bills
Or
trough.
I use bleach.
Clean it, Sam. It sells for more as is.
Oh yeah,
It's got a little
Game
taste,
used,
a little taste of the Bills still on it.
Oh,
I
gross.
think having a certain amount of teams in the league that still haven't won, although it sucks for that organization,
It shows that it's hard.
It shows that not everybody gets a trophy.
All right, let me hit you with the 5 teams in the playoffs that have yet to win a Super Bowl, and you tell me your thoughts on this team and your perception, okay?
In other words, it's still a highly coveted prize.
Now, the Bills, we all know as the acronym in the 90s, I felt bad, but I remember it was like, boy, I love losing Super Bowls. 4 in a row. Oh, the closest shot was Norwood because the other 3 were more blowouts. So 4 in a row, but quite a feat for Levy and Jim Kelly and that whole squad, Thurman Thomas, to get there 4 times in a row. But the Bills, I think emotionally, because it's such a great football town, they jump through tables on fire. The Bills Mafia is awesome. They're the opposite of Philadelphia, who I went after earlier this week, saying that my dad's like, you don't want people from Philadelphia coming after you. Sorry, Philly. But I think the Bills are a lovable fan base. So I think people would be like, you know what, if it's not my team, you know what, good for them. 3 of the other teams are relatively new in the mix. When I say new, meaning in our lifetime, they were franchise teams, new franchises. So when you say the Jags or the Panthers, and even more recently the Texans, I don't think we look at those as teams with fan bases that have suffered, Danny G. Like, you're not like, oh, that long-term suffering Jags fan. So I think the Bills...
If you can even find them.
Yeah, I was going to say, and good luck finding them. And I think the other one, Isaac, your Chargers, who, if history serves me correctly, their one Super Bowl appearance was with Stan Humphries, and the Niners walloped them 49-26.
Yeah, the one time they get to the Super Bowl, it's against arguably the greatest single team of all time. And all this week...
Steve Young trying to get the monkey off his back. Steve Young, on like the first drive, you knew it was over. Hit Jerry Rice, and you're like, yeah, this is over.
A minute and 23 seconds. It was literally over. And then this week, it's not to the extent of the Bills, but 14-2 in 2006, a home playoff game against the Patriots, the Marlon McCree interception. He's stripped by Troy Brown. That has gotten a lot of play and reminiscence on social media this weekend. Nate Kading missed field goals.
Oh, don't mention Nate Kading, please.
Sorry about that. Iowa.
And even the blown game against Jacksonville, correct? That was another.
Oh, thanks for reminding me.
So I think, if anything,
Don't forget the playoff game where LaDainian Tomlinson
Thanks for reminding me,
stood
Daddy.
there on the sideline with his helmet on.
Here.
So
just give a kick. Just give a kick.
Kick him in the ass. There you
Just
go.
give another kick.
Go Chargers,
Man,
go.
if there's ever been a reason to subscribe to our YouTube page, Isaac just showed everyone his ass.
Yeah.
All right, so
He just twerked on screen.
So
We just lost 23 viewers.
Covino and Rich FSR, if you want to see.
Yeah, the Chargers and the Bills are more of the legacy teams that you might be like, you know what, I wouldn't hate it. Danny, I know you have no love for the Chargers.
Just because they're in the same division, but their fans have been through it. Last hour, Rich, you were talking about throwing eggs. Charger fans in San Diego literally threw eggs at the Chargers facility when the team announced they were moving. So they and I know personally a couple of Charger fans who wrote off the team like, I'm never going to cheer for the Chargers again. And then once it blew over and they were established here in L.A., they went back to being a Chargers fan.
I'm going to unlock a memory Covino totally forgot happened. You know those things where you bring up something, you remind your buddy? We were in Mexico City for Monday Night Football when we worked at ESPN. I know Covino remembers that. But do you remember going to this fan event where the owner of the Chargers, when they were still in San Diego, got on stage and the whole place, in unison, booed this guy out of a bar? Like he's like, hey, and Danny, now
that you mention it, yeah.
But
you're right.
That
Unlocked.
ownership was boo. So enjoy your football this weekend. We're going to go over all the games. We're going to play a game, but all of it starts tomorrow. Rams-Panthers, is that the appropriate game to start all this, Danny? Is that a nice soft launch into Wild Card Weekend, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Maybe it's the game where you could, get an late dinner on the East Coast, early dinner on the East Coast, and, have at it.
But still a must-watch. Every game is a must-watch matchup. Every game has a storyline, has an interest for sure.
Yeah, we were split yesterday on our parlays.
I'm going to place those parlays, and I'll post them on our socials at Covino and Rich so you can play along.
Actually, Danny G, you and I had the same exact picks. Just ironic, coincidentally.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. We were the only ones,
yeah.
We were the only ones that had the same ones. Right, Rich? I'm pretty sure.
You and Danny, believe it or not, have the same 6. So
you're in cahoots.
And you could play along. Yesterday, Spot, our video guy, came in with a good idea with Danny that if you want to email Danny, what's the email address?
It is crprizes@gmail.com. That's crprizes@gmail.
If you want to email us with your 6 picks against the spread, if you go 6 for 6.
Yeah, use DraftKings spreads.
Yeah, use the spreads at DraftKings. If you go 6 for 6, you don't have to use any money. We're just saying give us your 6 picks, and if you go 6 for 6, we'll send you a Covino and Rich Nerf football for being a gambling
I'll
genius.
throw more in there than a Nerf football if you go 6 for 6.
Yeah, it's a prize pack.
I'll make it a big prize pack.
Some koozies. We have a
mini
Lowenkron calendar.
Turbo football.
Yeah.
Nudie calendar, right?
Yeah, we have all kinds of stuff. So
the
prizes.
The update swimsuit calendar. Dan Byer, Monsi, and
Lowenkron looks great.
People don't know this, but DeSager has a secret 6-pack.
crprizes@gmail.com. Honestly, the more the merrier. If you go 6 for 6, we will hook it up. crprizes@gmail.com.
One rando question, and then Danny, we're going to get to a game and have a lot of fun, so it's all good.
Yeah, if you want to get a head start right now to be a contestant for Brainwave, dial.
Let's do it. 877-99 on Fox. My one question is, do you put any stock whatsoever into the fact that one of the Rams' losses was at Carolina? I know it's week 13. We're talking like a month or, more than a month ago. But is there a part of you that's like, well, that does subconsciously give maybe the Panthers a little bit of confidence, and maybe the matchup isn't as lopsided as you think?
That's the only difference.
I'm just
is that
trying
it might give a little more.
I'm just trying to find a way to make
them.
Trying to find a way to make this game a little more interesting in my own mind. Like, maybe
it obviously doesn't determine any sort of outcome, but yeah, it gives them something to rally around. Like, hey, we've done it before.
We've done this.
It's not impossible. Yeah.
So
it makes it feel possible.
Right.
So that's the only edge there.
So Brainwaves, want to play next?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
I'm excited. If you want in, all you have to do is match us buffoons in the studio, and you'll win a prize.
It's all multiple choice. And again, this is your chance right now to win a CNR on FSR Nerf Football Turbo Ball. 877-99 on Fox. If you want to play Brainwave, we do it next right here, Covino and Rich on Fox Sports Radio.
Now it all comes down to this one game. The best of the best. Playing for the Lombardi, so if you're watching at home, watch like it matters on a TCL Ultimate Series, the QM8K or the QM9K.
This is Super Bowl football. Bright stadium lights, fast cuts, big hits, bigger debates. Was he in? Did it move? Did it cross? TCL brings the ultimate brightness and ultimate black levels.
If the 49ers win this weekend, it'll move.
It might move, yeah. So the picture stays clean from kickoff to the final drive. It's so clear you can almost smell the fresh cut grass.
You see the ball spin on the deep shot, the toe drag along the sideline. No blur. No. Hold up. Run that back. Rewind that. No, you don't need any of that. TCL brings it. And go big. The Ultimate Series is available in a massive 98-inch class, so every seat is a great seat, not just the people in the middle. TVs are one of those things where you can never go too big. You really can't. If you can't be in the stadium, TCL, the Ultimate Series, is the next best seat, available at all major retailers.
TCL, the official TV partner of the NFL, here for Super Bowl 60. The Eagles. Rich says, F them to the highest degree.
Yeah, you know what it is? Their fans reminds me of the Yankees in the 90s. I never really hated the team. It's the fans. And the Eagles, my goodness, I'm a Niners fan. This weekend, Eagles fans, Eagles local media, everyone's talking about how, oh man, like this is an easy one.
Well, it's at home, right? So that's advantage Eagles.
I heard some.
But they've been so.
I heard some.
Not convincing. How about that?
I heard some buffoon in Philadelphia saying, "I'm almost too confident in the Eagles. They're going to smother the 49ers."
Well, dude, if the 49ers played like they played last week, I mean, anybody would beat them, but I'm not seeing that against the Eagles.
Saying how the 49ers aren't good enough to move the ball at all against them. Oh, and then on the other side, their defense is terrible. That's exactly what we need to just run the ball down their throat. And Philadelphia Eagles fans and local Philadelphia media have this odd take that they think this weekend's going to be a walk in the park. I'm shocked at the point spread is even 4.5. I feel like this is the bet of the week. Niners getting 4.5. I know they're injured, but week to week, a week ago, we're talking about how the Niners could be a Super Bowl contender, and they lose to Seattle, and now all of a sudden you're off the Niners?
It is in Philly, and the Eagles do have a great defense. That's their key factor.
I'm shocked that it's 4.5, and I'm shocked at the arrogance. Dude, like, Philly's a weak-ass town. Philly's like New York.
Oh, don't you dare. They're one of the best sports towns in all of America, so don't
Rich
go that
was
route.
a fan of the city until he had a cheesesteak that gave him a tummy ache. And then ever since then, he's been really down on it.
The only thing good about the city of Philadelphia is Rocky Balboa. Other than that,
I've spent a lot of time in Philly. It's an excellent city. It's got so much history.
Men, bro?
Yeah. What about Boys to Men?
My sister lives like 2 blocks from where they went to school, and they all got together as musicians. So
what about their cream cheese, bro?
Not
what
a fan.
About that broken bell, the Liberty Bell, bro, with the crack in it.
What about Mike Schmidt?
They even cracked their Liberty Bell.
Phillies and Eagles fans, Philadelphia fans, always chirping loud, always talking smack, always, with that arrogance, even more so than New York fans. I think it's time that Rich steps up on behalf of his 49ers and says, you know what? It's go time, showtime.
I am not a firm believer in the 49ers having what it takes to go all the way. Injuries have taken a toll. Unless Fred Warner comes out like he's, a man on a mission in a week from now. Like
he's Daniel LaRusso?
Like he's Daniel LaRusso's going to fight? Unless Fred Warner pulls a move like that and all of a sudden something just miraculous happens, I think the Niners are limited no matter how talented they are or well coached. Just injuries sometimes take too much of a toll. But let me tell you, I'm not confident that they could get by Seattle, or I'm not even necessarily confident they could go into Chicago and win 2 times against the Bears.
And that's realistic, and that's the point you're making. But you are confident.
But you know what it is? Sometimes you're not going to win. You're not going to win first prize, but you just want to beat someone else. Eliminating the Eagles and the 49ers shutting up all these moronic Philly fans and all these jabronis with cheese whiz dripping down their cheek on their fat ass belly,
dripping down their mustache.
Yeah, I mean that fan base deserves nothing more than misery this weekend.
Wow.
So I say to you, Philadelphia,
you sure you
Eagles
want to pick
fans,
a fight with the most rowdiest fans? The most rowdiest. Yeah. You sure you want to go there?
I don't know. Bunch of doofuses.
Wow. Doofy is the plural.
You know how Philadelphia fans are whack?
Please tell me, because I can't wait till they attack you on social media.
When I would go to a Phillies game, I wouldn't feel comfortable putting my jersey on until I left my car, because they're the type of people that would slash your tire.
And take pride in it. That's the difference. Yeah, they're not the only ones. They take pride in it.
I mean, people love to talk.
People love to. That's great home field advantage.
Danny G, that is great. Don't wear a jersey to our stadium. We'll slash your tires.
Brock Purdy didn't make it to the game. They slashed his tires.
I feel like they kidnapped him. I think we love to refer to that game before I think we were all even born, throwing snowballs at Santa Claus.
Oh, that was the one.
That's like the least of their offense. Like, they throw batteries. They're terrible. Like, the Philadelphia fans are awful. And
I think the word is passionate.
No, awful's the word.
Is John Harbaugh insane in the membrane? I think he's going crazy with his demands. Or does he deserve it? We're Covino and Rich. I'm Steve Covino, the real one. You know, the funky feel one. And that's Rich Davis.
Oh, dude, I'm so encouraged by – I'm sorry. I know we're about to play a game, but I just saw a video of Trent Williams, big Trent Williams, moving around really well at practice. Looks like he is a go against the Eagles on Saturday. So
that's big.
Yo, that's a big one. And they're saying Pearsall's feeling okay. And they're showing Fred Warner doing sprints, saying if the Niners somehow get past the Eagles.
Yeah, he's doing little drills off to the side on his own.
All right, now check this out, guys. We're live from the Fox Sports Radio studio, CNR on FSR. For over 40 years, Tire Rack has been helping customers find the right tires for how, what, and where they drive. Shipped fast and free, backed by free road hazard protection with convenient installation options like mobile tire installation. TireRack.com, where tire buying should be, and your next success can begin sooner than you think. Apply now and save with no application fee through February 11th at University of Maryland Global Campus. This new year, put your goals within reach at an accredited state university. Learn more at umgc.edu. umgc.edu. Now is time to hit us up, Covino and Rich FSR on YouTube, because the game we're about to play is very interactive visually. All right? It's a very visual game, and we want you to be a part of it. We do it every Friday. A sweep in the nation. It's time for Brainwave.
Whoa.
Do Covino and Rich really share the same brain?
Doris Day, Red, Shining Johnny Ray, Pacific, Joe DiMaggio.
Is their crew not far behind?
We're one.
Welcome to Brainwave.
Try to make sense of the brain.
It's easy. We drop fun sports, music, and entertainment questions. And if you match with enough of these bosos, you win.
I love that.
On the count of 3, reveal.
Brainwave.
Whoa.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Locked in.
You guys are on the same wavelength right now.
All right. Happy Friday.
Hey.
Danny, you want to hear a fun fact? You know how at the beginning of Brainwave, the intro you made where we're singing along to We Didn't Start the Fire?
Yeah.
You know Bridget Bardot passed away at 91? There are 59 names that Billy Joel names in that song, and only 3 people are still alive of the 59, which are.
Oh, you're gonna give us the?
Yeah, I think it's
good bar trivia.
Bob Dylan, Chubby Checker, and Bernie Getz. Other than that, think about it. Marilyn Monroe, Joe DiMaggio, all those, they're all dead.
Do you know I actually used a urinal once next to Chubby Checker, and for the record, he didn't even take a peek. Swear.
So he didn't do the twist.
He didn't do the twist or check.
Oh boy.
Chubby Checker. Oh my God.
But it's a true. Not even just a bad pun. A true story.
Hey, what kind of watch are you wearing? Let me take a look.
All right. The questions in this game are all subjective. You just need to try and match the brain of CNR and the crew. We're going to get our contestant from the studio line right now to see who's playing for CNR Nerf football. And then we'll explain how the game goes. Ilo, I will use you for this. Would you love to travel to beautiful Gig Harbor, Washington, Omaha, Nebraska, Winter Park, Florida, Fort Lauderdale, Florida, Boise, Idaho, or Indy?
I'm actually going to go with Gig Harbor, Washington.
I like that name.
Please don't make me regret it.
Brian.
What's up, Brian?
Let's go. No regrets, Isaac.
Atta babe.
Brian.
All right. Here's how the game works. I have 5 rounds ready to go. Our contestant needs to win 2 of them to be the champ and walk away with that football. I'm going to ask questions and give 3 debatable answers to choose from. The 6 of us in studio are going to write down our answers on these dry erase boards for our YouTube channel. And then on the count of 3, Brian, you got to wait till we count to 3 for you. You shout out your answer. You have to match with 4 of us to win the round, or no matter your answer, if all 6 of us in studio happen to match, you get the point automatically. All right, everybody ready? Get your dry erase boards ready.
Sure.
Okay, we're going to start round 1 with sports. Which of these games is the most intriguing wild card matchup this weekend? Packers Bears, Bills Jags, or Niners Eagles? The most intriguing.
Can I give one thing?
Yeah, go for it.
No, I don't want to give anything.
Okay, all right.
Packers, Bears, Niners, Eagles. What was the third one you
Bills,
said?
Jags.
Bills, Jags. Oh, man.
Yeah, tough, right?
It's really tough.
All right, we're
everybody locked in?
Yeah.
Locked in.
Brian, we need your answer on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Packers, Bears. It's got to be.
Okay. We're going to start with Mr. Steve Covino.
I said Niners, Eagles for so many reasons. I also said Rich is a chubby checker. Niners, Eagles.
Right, so
you got
1X.
former champions. You got the 49ers. Where do they stand? Coming off a bad loss. They got players coming back. I don't know, man. That's an intriguing matchup.
Yeah, I mean, even though I just talked about Big Trent Williams and Pearsall, and I'm a Niners fan, I refuse to give the homer pick.
Yeah, but we talk about that so
I know,
much.
I didn't want to give the homer pick because I think the real answer, and dude, I'm so sorry, Brian, I think Bills Jags. Josh Allen versus the hottest team. I don't.
2 buzzers there, 2
Sorry,
X's.
bro.
All right, we go to Ilo.
That's all right.
Oh, I love poop. That's no.
I can't see.
Packers Bears. He matched.
Okay.
Oh,
There's one on the
got a
board.
match.
Let's
One
go.
match.
He needs to go 3-0 down the stretch here.
All right, Spotty, is somebody on the chat playing for you?
Yes, I'm playing for K-Rain19.
All right.
He said Bills Jags.
Oh.
And I said Rich has never had a, quote, chubby.
You guys are hilarious.
So mathematically, that means Brian loses that round. I also said Pack in Chicago, so I matched with him.
I'm a Packer fan, but the most intriguing game, hands down, is Bills Jags. Come on.
It's a close second, but
They're
the
all
rivalry
intriguing. I know they are,
between Green Bay and Chicago, that
I don't
rivalry.
think Green Bay is.
You know, it's why it's a great question. Brian, you got
Guess
plenty
what?
of chances. Let's
We
go.
weren't
go.
on the same brainwave. That's
Yeah,
the point
there
of the
you
game.
go.
Okay, round 2. Let's go to music. Which of these Eminem hits was the most enjoyable song to hear on the radio?
Good question.
Not Afraid, Without Me, or Stan? Which of these Eminem hits was the most enjoyable when it came on the radio? Not Afraid, Without Me, or Stan? And we're going to write our answers down.
All right. Yeah. You want to sing? You want to sing
everybody
each
locked
of them?
in?
My pen is running out of ink.
Okay, Sam.
That sounds personal.
It's from all those autographs you're signing.
Yeah.
After the show.
Right. Ed Sheeran.
You know what?
Ed Sheeran.
He's just signing boobs left and right.
We're gonna go.
He's Ned Sheeran.
We're gonna go hear Brian's answer right now on the count of 3. B. 1, 2, 3.
Not afraid.
Not afraid, he says. Okay, we're gonna go in reverse order this time. So starting with you, Iowa Ed.
All right. Well, maybe this is just my favorite Eminem song of those 3. I said "Without Me," and I think was that the big. I think that was the biggest hit of those. 3.
You know,
I could be wrong.
Iowa Sam, the key word was most enjoyable.
Yeah.
You know,
well, I did enjoy "Without Me."
I'm agreeing with
Danny
you.
G.
You know what? At my hip hop station back when this was out, we played it 50 times a week. I loved it every time it came on. Stan.
Oh, great song.
What was our?
Yo, that
Stan,
song,
yeah.
Danny G, that song gave me chills, especially when I first heard it and I saw the video and everything else. But the most enjoyable, that's where I'm confused on this.
That's the key right
Spotty.
there.
Yeah.
K-Rain chimed in with Stan.
Yeah.
I thought it was a good song.
Isaac-
Had Dido on it.
It's a great song.
Yeah.
Brian, he wants you, Sam wants you to remind him your answer.
Stan. Let's go with Stan.
No.
That's not how it works.
He said not afraid.
Okay. I'm just trying to keep track.
Yeah.
No one's
So are we
choosing
0
not
for
afraid.
so far?
Yeah,
Are we 0 for? Okay.
Ilo, what you got? Suck it, Trebek. Oh, without me. Without me.
So he's mathematically out of that
You
round.
know what?
Good choice, Isaac.
Covino and I both also put down without me.
Okay.
As much
Here's
as
the
I
deal.
like Stan, his wife is in the trunk being murdered. I don't know if that's enjoyable.
Oh, I forgot about that part.
And Brian, I listened to the wordage and the verbiage of the question, meaning most enjoyable. Without Me was like a fun radio song.
Yeah.
I think Not Afraid might be the best of those 3 songs, but Brian, it wasn't on the radio as much, and it's more of a pump-up song, right? I don't know.
For conversation's sake, I think Lose Yourself is the best song he's ever made.
Yeah,
But if you threw that
that's
in there-
a runaway. That's why I didn't put that
That
in
one
there.
made it obvious, right?
All right, we go to round 3 right now.
I am not having great success here.
I think you could rip off a couple in a row here. Let's go to the entertainment category. Which of these is the better first date idea?
Oh.
Mini golf, dessert and coffee with a view, or a food truck festival?
I love Danny's question.
There's a lot of debate on these 3 answers online.
All right, first date.
Can you repeat that
Okay,
question again?
which of these is the better first date?
Okay.
Mini golf, dessert and coffee with a view, or a food truck festival?
Okay.
Nowadays, for adults.
Yeah. All right, think about it. We're all going to write our answers down.
What if it's dessert and coffee without a view? If you're looking at a wall.
That's not one of the choices.
All right.
All right, everybody locked in?
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. Steve Covino, we start with you.
If I was talking
Oh,
for my
did we not get his answer yet?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, sorry about that.
Okay.
Sorry, didn't mean to forget about you, Brian. Without you. All right, Brian, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Let's go mini golf.
He says mini golf. What say you, Covino?
If it was my high school daughter, I'd say mini golf. And I mean that. I think it's a great first date for younger people. I'd say dessert and coffee with a view.
Was your back hurt when you go golfing?
Brian, I'm with you. Mini golf, bro, all day. Mini golf that you can't fail.
Yes.
Mini golf, you know why? Because it's you get to
As
talk.
an adult?
You get to walk around, casually talk, play mini golf, maybe get behind her like you're Chubbs Peterson and be like, it's all in the hips.
Okay.
It's all in the
All right.
hips.
So you got one.
But I'm saying, what you're saying, Covino, is you're jumping right to dessert? I don't know.
Dessert and coffee sounds harmless. You're getting to talk and know somebody with a view. It sounds a little cool.
Yeah.
When has Covino ever been into foreplay?
That's true.
Oh, boy.
Hey-oh. That was like a triple entendre.
Ilo, what say you?
Very good.
Help, I need dude wipes. Oh, at the bottom he wrote
Food truck.
Food truck.
Wow.
Food truck.
Dang,
Well,
we are
at
not
a
on
food
the
truck
wave.
festival, you
Oh.
will need dude wipes.
What about you, Spotty?
K-Raid, and I agree with him, did go with mini golf. You want something fun. You want to have like a vibe. You get physical. You can nudge up against each
What are
other.
you, going to golf and stuff?
Yeah.
Well, are you Daniel LaRusso in high school?
Can we get a score check? Where are we at here?
I had a crush on Elizabeth Shue, by the way. For that.
He's still in this.
It's 2. Yeah, it's 2. He's got 2.
Danny?
All right, but I agree with Ilo. I actually took a girl here for a first date, one of those food truck crawls, and it was fun. It was a really good day.
All the time.
No, you just nibble at, things.
That gets expensive, though, man.
Danny the Nibbler.
Hey now. Nibble on the neck in the air.
Danny, if you had picked mini golf, then he would have had a winner. That's because of my pick.
Oh, so close.
All right, well, we have 2 remaining categories, so you got to go undefeated here, B. All right?
Oh, boy.
Go.
Oh, boy.
Let's go back to sports. Which of these NFL teams has the most attractive head coach opening?
Oh.
The Giants, the Raiders, or the Falcons? Which of those NFL teams has the most attractive head coaching opening? The Giants, the Raiders, or the Falcons? Okay, we're all writing down our answers.
Man, that's tough.
It is.
That's a good one. That's a really, really good one.
Here you go.
You guys locked in?
Yeah.
Yep.
I can't believe I'm saying it.
All right, Iowa Sam, we'll start with you.
We need our man's answer.
Oh, your man answer? Yeah.
You're skipping over the contestant here.
Sorry about that,
Who cares
Brian.
about him?
I know. Sorry that you're forgettable.
Fine, very forgettable.
1, 2, 3, B. Brian.
Let's go Raiders.
You're going to say
only
Raiders.
Upside there.
Okay. What do you say, Iowa Sam?
Oh, my goodness. I said the Giants.
Yeah, that's a good answer. And I would have said that, except I feel like with the Raiders, you get to pick your own QB. So I said the Raiders. That's
I'm
1
shocked.
point for you.
Spot.
K-Rain, Falcons. Atlanta.
What?
Ilo.
It's obvious, and it's not even close. Come on now.
Giants.
I'm with you. I wrote Raiders because I thought Danny G would automatically say Raiders. I figured I'd say Raiders, so I'm getting your back, Brian.
Raiders
man.
has so much upside, but the Giants have their quarterback. They got Scatterboo. It's New York.
Thank you.
It's the Giants,
And
man.
like 93 young blue chip pass rushers.
Oh, my God. We are not on the brainwave today.
Scatterboo and Dart are both going to have early CTE, though.
Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna play the final round of this, and even though Brian's out, I'm feeling good. It's wild card weekend. If Brian matches the final round, I think we give him a prize because he's been a good sport.
All right, we have to do that after the update.
We'll do that coming up, and weekend hobnobbing. But Ilo, sorry we're running late. Let's get an update
here.
Don't have to apologize to me, guys. NFL media reports the Tennessee Titans going to interview former Dolphins head coach Mike McDaniel for their head coaching job. Dolphins, meanwhile, finalizing a deal to hire Green Bay Packers Vice President of Player Personnel John Eric Sullivan as their new general manager. The Baltimore Ravens today completed an interview with former Cleveland Browns head coach Kevin Stefanski for their head coaching job. In the NBA, ESPN reports the Memphis Grizzlies are entertaining trade offers for two-time All-Star John Morant, and the Dallas Mavericks star Anthony Davis has sustained ligament damage in his left hand and, depending on whether surgery is needed, could miss a number of months. In college football, the NCAA today denied Ole Miss quarterback Trinidad Chambliss' waiver request for a 6th year of eligibility. However, Ole Miss can still appeal the decision. Finally, guys, it's pop quiz time for the two of you. Coming up tonight from Atlanta, of course, the second college football playoff semifinal between Indiana and Oregon, and beginning to trend right now, the concession prices at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. So I'm going to throw out an item. I want each of you to guess the price. Popcorn tonight.
Hold on. Can we do this the right way?
Pop quiz, hot shot.
There we go. Thank you.
Popcorn.
Popcorn is $6.
Covino.
$8.
$2.
Oh!
Hot dogs.
$2.
Covino.
$1.50.
$2. And finally, a regular beer. How much does that go for tonight?
$2.
$5. People are raving about how affordable and reasonable the concession prices are tonight at Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
Yes, they're
awesome.
known for that now, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
Good for them.
That's great to hear.
Well, hey, listen, coming up, we do have the conclusion of Brainwave, and we'll do some weekend hobnobbing. Hang tight, more CNR next.
Have you ever wiped with a piece of dry single-ply toilet paper and wondered, is this as good as it gets? Well, it's not. It gets a lot better thanks to the wet, extra-large cleaning power of Dude Wipes.
I gotta get these for my son. We say extra large, we mean business. No matter what size of your mess, top to bottom, Dudes has you covered for a confident clean. They comfortably clean up whatever TP leaves behind. No maintenance wipes. Debris, no way. Irritation, not a chance.
It's time to make the trade of the season and switch from TP to wet extra large Dude Wipes and start experiencing the confident clean of Dude Wipes, made from 100% plant-based natural fibers, coming in a variety of scents and sensations like mint, chill, and shea butter to protect your end zone.
Join the movement for a cleaner movement and live in the skid-free zone. Available at Amazon and all major retailers. Again, Dude Wipes, best clean, pants down.
Fernando Mendoza, he's all the buzz, especially this weekend.
I often wonder if we didn't do what we did, if we weren't on iHeart and Fox and all the things we do, would I be on social media as much? Do I use it as an excuse, like, well, it's for work, or would I just still be like scrolling? I don't know.
Oh man, it's killing our brains. Our attention spans is so bad. It's getting worse. And you have to ask yourself, when you're on and when you're posting, am I sharing or bragging? Right? Because you see a lot of bragging, but you're still watching and it's gross, and then you hate yourself afterward. But this weekend, the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl, number 5 Oregon at number 1 Indiana, Fernando Mendoza is all the buzz. And he said this week that he has no social media. And I want to know, in today's world, when you see a young player who says everything right and seems so likable, when he says something like this, do you say, right on, man, I like him even more? Or do you think something else? Take a listen.
And keep it to my process and keep it to my routine and not change it too much. And also not really having social media. I only have LinkedIn and YouTube on my phone right now. It's really helped put things in perspective and keep all the opinions of in the building opinions. So I'm not online reading, oh, Fernando's great, Fernando sucks. I'm listening to what my quarterback coach, Coach Chandler Whitmer, says and thinks, and what the quarterbacks in our room think. So that is where my focus is, and that's how I've been able to play my best football so far. And
first of all, can I get the obvious out of the way? I do want to applaud him.
Maturity.
For the maturity.
Wow.
Daring to be different, putting it down, having the restraint, the discipline, for being a great role model. I mean, he's so lovable, this kid. But at the same time, because what we're learning, Rich, as we mature, is that two things can be true, right? Yeah. So for as much as I commend him, and I do.
That's, not being on social media when you're the starting quarterback, Heisman Trophy winner, with all the options in the world, and probably partnerships that want to do business with you, and they're like, oh, but you're not on social. Like, it's
how about just curiosity, right? Yeah. What are people saying? Who's interested in me? All
he's
these
a bigger
things.
Man.
I do find it more odd being a young person to not have a social media footprint.
Yeah, I have some buddies that are younger, that are in the dating world, and if they bump into a girl and they tell a woman, yeah, I'm just not on social, that's like a red flag. Like, what do you mean you're not on social? Like, they think you're hiding something, like you're a serial killer.
I think it's an immediate red flag in today's world, because you don't have to use it, right? Because we tend to abuse it. But if you don't have a presence, if you don't have an Instagram, if you don't have a Facebook page, I understand TikTok may be too young, or Snapchat too young for some of you, but if you don't have it, it says that you're trying to hide something in a weird way. No, like people that I know that don't have these things makes me say, like I have an ex-girlfriend, seriously.
Who you running from?
Yeah, no, but I have one ex-girlfriend. You can't find her online.
She murdered someone.
No image search, no nothing, no social media. And you know what it says to me? What happened?
Never got over you.
Yeah, man, I must have really...
She gained 200 pounds just sitting there eating ice cream, thinking about Steve Covino.
I
miss him.
Ruined this poor woman.
I miss him.
No, but you know what? It says to me that she's hiding from something. She's running away from the world. And it might not mean that, but it does scream that if you think about it.
You know what I find funny? Did you hear what he said he does have? YouTube, so he does watch videos.
Yeah.
And he said LinkedIn. What is he, applying for a job after college? Like, hey, Raiders, hold your pick. I have an interview with this accounting firm. LinkedIn?
Well, you know what's ironic about that?
Do you have a LinkedIn?
We're radio bozos for a living. I don't have a LinkedIn. I have everything else. I don't have a LinkedIn, which is ironic about the whole thing, because he has one. And what's he using it for? I don't know. To connect, I guess. But yeah, maybe endorsement deals could go through that. But he's got agents for that and people guiding him the right way. You know, what does this say to you when you meet someone in today's world if they have no social media? Does it matter how old they are?
Could we break down the different social medias real quick?
Yeah, I think we should. And I do think it matters how old they are because I do see a pushback of kids. You know how kids are like, we don't go to Facebook because they think that's for old people. They're trying to put it down a little bit more and live life. They want more memories. They want more tangible. They want more substance. They're at least trying because they know that something's not.
Friday. Let's go. It's Friday. Live from the Fox Sports Radio studio.
Today's Friday.
Our show is sponsored by DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL and NBA. Right now, use our code CRSHOW. Claim your prize. CRSHOW. DraftKings.com. Again, promo code CRSHOW. The crown is yours.
Now it's time, Rich.
And facing, by the way, peak season, Covino, look for the newest team member workforce solutions from Express Employment Pros. Makes hiring easier. Visit expresspros.com. Find an office near you. Express could help you hire smarter and faster.
It's time for the Tire Rack.
That's my belly.
Express Pro
of the Week. And we talked about him earlier. Carson Beck is your Express Pro of the Week.
A year ago, he couldn't even move his arm.
Yeah.
That 3-yard rush, the win last night, just how he handled the moment, the interview, played big win. Congrats to Carson Beck, our Express Pros Pro of the Week.
You see that viral clip of Lane Kiffin talking smack about Carson Beck floating around social media today?
Yeah, about his NIL money.
Yeah, like he didn't deserve it. Like, okay. All right. What do we want to get back to the conclusion of this game or what?
Yes, let's get Brian from
and then,
Gig
Weekend
Harbor
Hobnobbing,
on. Yes, sir. All right, really quick here. B, we're going to finish with sports, and Bree is going to sit in for Ilo here on
Okay,
this
here
one.
we go. All right, great.
Okay.
Hi, Bree.
Hi, Bree.
If we were rocking our team's jersey and being a loudmouth in the opposing stadium, who would be in the most danger? Rich in Philly? Me, Danny G, in Kansas City? Or Covino cheering his Yankees in Boston? Rich in Philly, me in Kansas City, or Covino in Boston?
Now, this is for all the Tostitos,
Yes, it is.
right?
All right, we're all writing our
I
answers
think
down.
there's a good one. I think we got it.
Yeah. Brian.
Okay, Brian, your answer. 1, 2, 3.
Covino, gotta be Boston.
All right.
We tried so hard for you, Brian. We tried so hard for you.
Oh, you're killing me.
I know.
No. Hold on, Ray. I don't know what your answers are, but we all have the same.
This week.
We all have the same one.
All right.
All right, Covino.
Rich in Philly? You kidding me? He would get destroyed.
I mean, I'm scared to go to Philly.
Bree, what
The
did you
smack
say?
I talked this week? Bree
Yeah.
said me in Philly.
She said
Rich
if
in
all
Philly.
6 of us match, though, he still can win.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah,
Buzzer.
Spotty.
Rich in Philly.
Yeah.
Go Birds.
Yeah, I said Rich in Philly.
Sam?
Rich in Philly.
That's the first time. You win by default.
That's almost as impressive as going
That
0
is.
for 6 in a parlay.
So
That's
he wins
great.
because we were all on the same brainwave except for you.
Thank you, Brian.
Hey, Brian, you won courtesy of us.
Yes.
You know what that's like? It's like the Jets not having any interceptions all year. It somehow happened. It
Dude,
somehow happened.
that was-
Congratulations.
Yo, Brian, congrats.
All right.
You won.
Dude, and me and Philly is like, me and
I'm so bad, I'm good.
bro, you're
He
so
said
bad,
he's
you're
so
good.
yeah, he's so bad he's good, and it's time for hobnobbing.
All right, let's do this.
Living for the weekend. Your winning bets for talking points if you get stuck socializing.
You ever done anything dangerous?
You ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight?
That is dangerous.
Friday brings us Weekend
Yo,
Hobnobbing.
Coach, not only the hate I've showed Philly for the Niners this week, I'm a Mets fan. So when I go, I'm talking Eagles and Phillies. Yo,
And they're
Philly,
the
I
most
love you, but
vicious fans.
I feel like now I'm scared of Philly. Jeez.
Right.
All right,
So-
what are you watching, buddy boy?
We spent the whole segment yesterday on reality TV. I got to kick off with Traders on Peacock because the new season is causing so much buzz. It's not my thing, but when my girlfriend's watching it, I can't help but not get wrapped in. Michael Rappaport talking smack. Traders on Peacock. Also, Spartacus, House of Asher on Stars. Spartacus is back. Marty Supreme in theaters with Timothy Chalamet. I'm hearing great things. And overpromised, episode 123, we talk Fernando Mendoza and social media. That's our bonus pod
Now,
on Covino and Rich FSR right
Besides football tonight, college, NFL wildcard over the weekend, guys, the only thing I could really think of is All Her Fault on Peacock is like a wild drama. Beast and Me on Netflix, and great comedy. Segura, Chappelle, Ricky Gervais. Anything, Danny?
Will you guys finally watch Landman? Please.
I'm more of an ass man. I'm sorry.
You are lagging big time.
Landman it is. Spotty, anything or what? We good? We going home? Sam? Anyone? No?
They got nothing.
All right, go 49ers. Sorry, Philly. Arrivederci, baby.
See you in the promised land. Enjoy your foosball.